Yeah. The front of it. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, it's thumping. Yeah. Yo, everybody, how you doing? King Dingbat here. King Dingbat everywhere. As always, a fan of the undefeated, the undisputed, division leading, league leading Philadelphia Eagles at 1-0. The undefeated, undisputed Philadelphia Eagles. So what I want to talk to you today about is, first of all, some news. The Eagles signed off of the Cincinnati Bengals practice squad Jake Elliott, the field goal kicker out of Memphis, who they drafted, the Cincinnati Bengals that is, with the 5th round pick in the 2017 draft. Now he lost his job, I guess, well, he lost the battle to Randy Bullock in preseason, was cut, and then brought back to the practice squad, which he was now signed off of. From what I know, or what I've heard of him, he's very talented. I think he had the school record at Memphis with a 56-yard field goal, but he didn't win his battle. Maybe he's got some Aguayo in him kind of thing, where he's got the talent, but it's just a mental thing, that kind of thing. But he lost the job. Eagles signed him, and they're going to bring him in, and we're going to need him to step up and make it. Very talented guy, it seems. So hopefully he'll work out. And if he doesn't, I'm sure he'll be out pretty quick. So the Eagles signed him. I'm fine. I mean, look, I'm fine with a field goal kicker. Sign who you got to sign. You know what I mean? Just make sure the guy makes the kick. Make the kick! Okay, so also, there's been a lot of questions about what the Eagles should do now that Ronald Darby's hurt, and he looks like he's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. No ligament damage, which is good. Some people have asked me my thoughts on going out and getting a Darrelle Revis or anybody like that, and my answer is no. My answer is don't go out and trade for corner. It's next man up. We're going to have to battle through. We're going to have to get through, and if we do that, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay because I think the front seven is really good, and also because we have the man, the franchise quarterback, the man, Carson Wentz. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Carson Wentz, and I want to talk a little bit about his performance on Sunday. And I want to tell you my opinions on what I saw and what I think it means in the grand scheme of things. Now, after the game, I did my live stream, and to my surprise, and I was shocked, there was a lot of people who were really negative and really kind of been like giving Wentz a hard time. Well, he threw an interception. He overthrew Torrey Smith. He made some bad throws. He did some bad things. And they weren't wrong. He did do some bad things. He should not have thrown that Torrey Smith backwards pass. That was stupid. It was a stupid play call, too. He missed Torrey Smith, who had Josh Norman, that dingbat Josh Norman. He had him beat, and he overthrew him. So, yeah, he did make mistakes. He did make mistakes, okay? But despite those mistakes, I want to go over his statistics for the game, because we can always look at what statistics say. They don't tell you everything, but they tell you something. So it's despite missing Torrey Smith, despite overthrowing some guys, despite those mistakes, he still was 26 of 39 for 307 yards, 66.7 completion percentage, and a quarterback rating of 96.8. That's not bad. That's not bad for a guy who supposedly had all these struggles. Couldn't complete a pass long, overthrowing guys. Now, most of you think that, yes, he made mistakes, no big deal, he still was great. That's what I think. But there are some that are like actually worried about this. So I wanted to address this and talk about this. But the way I see this, and when I looked at this game, and you go back and watch it, if you don't have Carson Wentz at quarterback, or somebody like him, like a Rodgers or a Roethlisberger, somebody mobile that can do what he did, you do not win this game. I think that, as you know, critical as some people have been to Doug Peterson's play calling this past week, I think he deserved a lot more criticism for it, because I really think it was horrendous. But Carson Wentz's ability to do what he did, like the play to Aguilar, that touchdown pass, okay, for his ability, because of his ability to do those things and to make something out of nothing, we won. We won. He scored points. There's two that I'm specifically thinking of. One is when you have Carson getting free, scrambling around, hitting Aguilar. Then I think it was a third down play, but the play he makes to Zach Ertz, where he scrambles free, gets out of there, he finds Ertz. That can't be taught. To me, that is special. That comes from special players. Okay, special players. And Carson Wentz is showing me, in this game, he showed me he's going to be an elite franchise quarterback. And it's just as I said, if this Eagle team is going to make the playoffs, I believe it's going to be on the back of Carson Wentz. And I believe that happened on Sunday. Now, the defense played its part and did its part, no doubt about it. But offensively, they weren't great. But him and his ability to do the things that he does on the field won us the game, scored us points. So, yes, he missed some throws. Yes, he should have hit Torrey Smith. But the things that he did right, the things you can't teach, the things that you either have it or you don't, he has. And that is a huge thing going forward. So when you look at the Eagles and you look at this team, Carson Wentz, to me, is going to be an elite franchise quarterback for a long time. Now, I'm not going to go and compare him and say the next Tom Brady or this guy or he's the best rookie or he's the best. It's not about that. Carson Wentz is a second-year quarterback. We forget he's only in his second year. He's only in his second year. If the Eagles had planned it their way, he might have been starting his first game ever. He may have still been on the bench for another year with Bradford. But he's only in his second year. He has a lot to learn. The mistakes will come. We have to give him that breathing room for the mistakes. But the plays he made to save us the game, to score us points, both those big plays led to scoring points. Those scores came because of Carson Wentz. So what I'm saying to you is, if you're worried about Carson, if you're concerned about the missed throws and the missed opportunities, relax. It's all cool. Philly 500 said it's all good. Don't worry about it. He's going to be fine. He is an elite franchise quarterback, and I'm excited to have him. I am so excited to have him. And I think this year, as the year goes, he'll get better. Those mistakes will stop. Things will slow down more. The chemistry between those guys will be built, and he's going to lead this team possibly to the playoffs. I think the Eagles are going to go to the playoffs on the back of Carson Wentz. So I just wanted to talk about that and say it because there was things on ESPN I read saying that he had an overrated performance. There's people I heard on the radio calling in saying it. There's just that kind of talk in general. And I wanted to say I believe he's a franchise quarterback. I think he's going to be elite. And I believe the plays he made were so amazing and so spectacular that you should be excited about the franchise quarterback that we have. And he's the reason, besides that defense, but offensively, he's the reason we even won this game. With that said, everybody take care. I'll talk to you later. And don't be a dingbat.